Ain't no brands on my clothes. This not H&M. Too much. Yeah, I can't go band for band with the ATM. You know how hard that sounds? I'm sorry. That's crazy. If you could go band for band with the ATM, that would be like absolutely nuts, right? But that's a cold bar. Shout out Ken Carson. Anyways, no. Who would have thought Gobi would be back in this content creation world? I know I keep doing this. Like literally every time I drop something, like 3 months later, yeah, we gotta stop that. By the way, we had to stop that. Gobi do better. Anyways, we're back and welcome to the Delusional podcast, bro. Greatest podcast in NBA history. Who would have thought? Anyways, yeah, I'm here and I'm so happy that I'm finally doing this, bro, because I'm just gonna let you guys know this is a primarily Thunder-based podcast, guys. Yes, Thunder-based podcast. Obviously, I'm gonna talk about the NBA. I'm gonna make jokes about other teams because these teams aren't on our level, and I love hoops. But like, this is a Thunder-based podcast, and I'm so happy to talk Thunder hoops. And the reason why I want to do this is because, for starters, I'm a Thunder fan. Love talking Thunder hoops. Love spreading my opinion out there, and I want people to learn to actually learn about this team because I feel like despite us being so good, despite us playing so much on national television, teams still do not know enough about this basketball team, just in my opinion, right? They don't know enough. And I think that's partly due to the fact that it's due to us not having enough content creators out there. Like, don't get me wrong, Cone is amazing. I really mess with his work and what he does. I think Down to Dunk, great podcast. I love their podcast. I watch it like every single time, Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, my bad. They do a great job. Like the Uncontested, there's great podcasts, great content creators out there. But for me, I feel like we need more. We need more voices out there because we don't talk enough, bro. The Thunder fans, I feel like this is the greatest fan base like on the planet. And it's not even close, right? You see it in the playoffs. You see it when we were trash. Just people were still like doing their due diligence with this team, like I truly believe this fan base is absolutely incredible, and I want to show people that. Right, I want to show people that side. And also, I'm delusional, man, and I want to be delusional because in this space, I'm just gonna let y'all know this right now. If you're not delusional, you're not fucking trying. Can I get an amen? Right, amen right there. If you're not delusional, you're not trying, bro. I'm sorry. Anyways, if you're delusional though, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Like hop out, show your boys some support, and also be delusional. I want to hear them takes. Lou Dort for MVP. You know what I mean? You already know he's my goat. He's my goat. Shout out to him, Haitian. Also, I know y'all see the shirt. This shit's so hard. Shout out to that. I'm not getting like paid to promote anything like that, but shout out to I think it's Vamex. Vamex is like VX. It's VX me. My bad. It's like VX me. He makes like cold ass shit. I'm sorry, bro. He makes cold ass shit. If you guys are a fan of V's, you guys know who he is because he made V's album cover art on like his best album, which that shit was so creative in my opinion. He did a great job, and now he made this shirt, this SHAI shirt right here. I'm not sure if y'all see it. It has like multiple versions of the SHAI, and it's like the only, honestly, bro. And this is if I was him, bro. Like, okay, I don't blame him for not doing it. He should make his own stuff, but like the Thunder should find a way to pay this guy and make him make Thunder merch because I'm just being honest. Thunder merch is kind of weak. No disrespect. It's like everybody what they always do with the merch, especially Thunder merch. For some reason, they tend to put the logo right in dead middle the shirts or the jackets and things like that, or they put things in awkward places. I don't like it. It just looks awful. And that's why I don't wear a lot of Thunder things. I'm just gonna be real with you because of those specific reasons. But even then, I think you should do a better job and put some of his shit on there. Anyways, I'm gonna speak on this real quickly. Um, Actually, no, I said I want to speak on this real quick. I just want to start let's get this show on the road. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't have much time. But I just want to get out an episode because fuck it, bro. I'm a Thunder fan again. I want to talk Thunder hoops. Anyways, so yesterday, this is when I'm recording. I'm recording this at 9, by the way, in the morning. I already recorded an episode like yesterday, and I didn't like it, and I was like, let me just wait until after the game, and then I went to sleep because I wasn't completely energized, and I don't want to give y'all a shitty episode, but so I was like, let me just wait, until I have more energy. Let me go. Like right before I go to work, I can go ahead and do that stuff. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now, bro. The Thunder, we played the Portland Trailblazers, right? We played the Portland Trailblazers, guys. And, a couple of great names returned, right? Now, jDUB returned last night, the other night. You know what I mean? Bron George is finally back after he's been dealing with that wrist injury or a wrist surgery for a very, very long time. It sucks that that injury made him miss out on his money because for me, I know a lot of Thunder fans are like, yes, we're saving money. We don't have to go over this and that. But for me, when I look at these players, especially after they win the championships, I want them to get as much money as possible. And it sucks to see him miss out on that. But it's good to see him back on the court as he's already shown that he can be super impactful right now. But I'm not getting into him, not yet. The real deal is back, though. The real deal is back. Aaron fucking Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins, my nigga. The league is over, man. They don't stand a chance. And we saw it last night, bro. Like, look what he's able to do on the court. But anyways, like, yeah, we played the Blazers. And we ended up beating them last night. I think the score was 123 to 115. A lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of things that I did not like seeing, especially since, by the way, a certain figure is out. Isaiah Hartenstein, he's been out. He's been listed as he got injured. I think the last game he got a calf strain and he's going to be out for like 2 weeks, basically, or reevaluated in 2 weeks. And because of that, like I said, he's shown, he's low key been showing his value, bro, because we're not blowing teams out. We have not blown teams out while he's been out. And I know why, but I'm not going to talk about that immediately right now. What I want to speak on is this game, because this game was incredibly fun to watch, low key, although kind of stressful because I'm not used to being in these close games like that. I'm used to beating the shit out of teams and chase shit in the fourth quarter, but that was not the case because the Blazers, they came out and they put up a very good fight. Henny Avdia was bulldozing, bro. I swear he's Debo Samuels. He was lowering his shoulder and getting to the line literally at will. None of our players could stop him literally every time. If you bet, by the way, like, this. But every time he plays the Thunder, I always take it over on his free throws because I know he's going to shoot that shit. I know he's going to foul the shit out of him because we literally cannot stop him. When he has a full head of steam, bro, he's like the most unstoppable transition player in the league. And he was doing this thing where he was lowering his shoulder, tossing our players, and then doing the Euro step. Like, yo, SHAI was getting tossed. People be mad that he can't guard Denny at times, but I'm like, dog, who can, bro? Like, the way that he's like too big. He's literally LeBron James. It's crazy. But yeah, he was getting to the line at will. He ended up putting like 30 points, like 19 rebounds, 10 assists. One of the very few players to put up 30 points against us, but he did it in a nasty way, no cap. Yeah, he was able to hoop along with some other Blazers to keep this game like incredibly close. But a lot of players, they made some decent plays, some decent strides. For example, Chet tonight, he was oddly, like, I don't know how to explain his game because in the first half, I don't think he was good on either end of the court. Like, maybe just the second quarter. Maybe I'm guessing, but like, I felt like at times they were attacking him at the rim way too easily, better than he like ever before. And Chetty's like a god tier deterrent and rim protector. And offensively speaking, one of the issues that I have with Chet, especially like today, was when the zone was hitting and he was tossed in the middle, he wasn't reacting quick enough. He wasn't moving quick enough. He could have just turned around and shot literally every single time. But the dude was, I swear, bro, he wanted to be KD. He was dribbling so much in that middle of the court, and he was getting picked literally every single time. Caleb Williams, I keep calling him Caleb Williams. Caleb Love, yeah, bro. Shout out to him, by the way. I thought he was going to suck and not make the league. The fact that he's in the league is so crazy to me. But Caleb Love kept stripping him with back taps and secret blindside help every single time. And it's just funny to me because he was getting stripped and he wasn't really aware of the court. But yet in that first half, he ended with like 7 points and like 5 rebounds on good efficiency. And I'm like how on earth did you do that, And then in the second half, he really turned it up. Despite being in foul trouble and stuff like that, he was scoring. He was attacking mismatches. They could not guard him on that little block. He was play finishing per usual, bro. And his defense, dude. Shed is one of the best deterrents I've ever seen, bro. Like I've never seen a team so afraid to go up. You're right. The Blazers were playing Jimmy Butler offense where they drive to the rim and look around just to toss the ball away because they were like, dude, I'm scared. I cannot do this. My percentages will tank if I attack Chet Holmgren. Yeah, they were attacking. He was attacking them, and yeah, it just didn't work out for them. And then Chet did his thing. You know what I mean? Like Yang, your boy Yang, that Yang guy. He was he got played off the court because Chet had a sequence where he blocked his shot. Then he came back down. He got the ball. He was handling. Yang was going under screens, and he said, "You know what? Fuck it, money." Pop the three in his mouth. You know what I mean? Close your throat, nigga. The fuck, yo. His shit was money. He low key had it going in that second half. I like what Chet was able to do on the court during that time. He did a great job, bro. Just the tale of two halves, really, for that entire game, and especially I want to talk about how he started the fourth. He started the fourth. Like, there's a reason why we went on like a quick 7-0 run. A lot of that had to do with his defense and what he was able to do. Also, Dub. Now, Dub, he came into today's game. He was missing a lot of shots, things like that. His touch is off. But one thing, since he's come back, that I cannot complain about is his defense, dude. I don't know why, but Dub's defense looks better than it was last year. Like, so far, he has been absolutely taking matchups out the game. For some reason, he is forcing an unreal amount of turnovers, pickpocketing damn near every player that's in his vicinity, bro. Like, and it's not even like, I think he had 0 steals tonight, but he was just like deflecting, poking balls loose, and just like messing up the flow of the offense for the Portland Trailblazers. He did his job tonight, bro. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. And he was another person who was a huge reason why this team went on a run at the end of the game. You know what I mean? He did his part. As for SGA, I can't lie, he scammed his way into 26, an efficient 26. Like, this is how you know, and this is why I'm gonna talk about this later, but this guy really is in the Kevin Durant of scoring. Because KD used to do the same thing, if y'all noticed, but like KD used to be like, I used to sit there and be like, I don't feel his presence this game. He's not that good. He's not having a great game. Then you look up, Kevin Durant has like 27 or 29 points on efficient shooting. And it's just like, how did you scam that? How did you scam that stat line? That's what SHAI did tonight. He scammed it because if I'm being honest, very subpar game. And now it's not completely his fault. I did put U.S. currency on my brother. And, when I bet on players, they turn into shit. But he was also not getting the ball in certain areas. Now, I was in a space. Shout out to Thundered Up, Dom, Al Jar on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, they do spaces every single time. Thunder basketball or just hoops, period. Al Jar mainly doesn't like at halftime and in the games, but and Dom does too at Thundered Up. But basically, he pointed something out. He was like, yeah, to start games, SHAI always starts off like he's not like getting the ball, he's not active and things like that. But usually to start games, I'm okay with that because like I'm okay with him letting other players get rhythms. But the third quarter is supposed to be his ball hog quarter. He wasn't even ball hogging, bro. He got like one shot, and even then, bro, he smoked a layup, dog. He smoked a layup in the third, which had me livid, dog. I was losing it, bro. I swear. And it's so disgusting how he was barely receiving the ball today, and he still ended up with 26. Especially in that fourth quarter, we saw like why they call him MVP, bro. Because the amount of clutch shots that he hit tonight, amazing. Same thing that he did against Phoenix. A lot of clutch shots. He is literally unstoppable when it comes to that crunch time. And I fuck with it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Mr. Unstoppable. Not just them though. I talked about the big three, but AJ Mitchell, he did a really good job. He was ball hogging at points this game, but I love his aggression. He made a bunch of huge plays. He was touching paint at will tonight, bro. Like, this is why you can't full court press him, because the amount of good shots we're making because he was just touching paint and we were forcing the Blazers in rotation every single time. Amazing stuff. Aaron Wiggins, same thing. Aaron Wiggins had some mistakes on defense, but offensively speaking, bro, this is why we needed him back, because he was creating looks, creating opportunities. And one thing that I love about Wiggins this year is secretly his playmaking, man. Secretly his playmaking. He's too talented, bro. He's too talented. Lou Dort, he did a couple things tonight. I think he defended Danny the best, but like he wasn't too crazy. Jay Will, he had a couple of great defensive blocks, defensive plays, but I don't think he played the greatest game. I hope he's okay because he fell earlier, and you can clearly see that he had discomfort in like his shoulder. I don't know like what muscle or bone it is, but it's like under your shoulder basically. He had some discomfort there. Not really mad that he was like not killing it from that point on, it's okay. It's all good. But he did his job for the most part. Um, Besides that, really, uh, yeah, like it was a team effort, man. It was a team effort, a good defense, great offensive plays, great and good looks. I didn't even mention Isaiah Joe, who for some reason Isaiah Joe's Kevin Durant. He was. I can't believe they were leaving him open as much as they did. He had 15 points in 14 minutes. Really one of the best shooters in the league. Truly special, Isaiah Joe. I will always be grateful for y'all, though sometimes you be choking. You be choking. Yeah, you heard me, big dog. You be choking sometimes, man. Nah, yeah, that was the game, bro. We ended up winning. Shout out to them, bro. Jeremy Kance, he had a decent game, but like, oh my gosh, bro, he's pissing me off because he used to do this back in the Thunder days where he used to take these retarded drives. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word or anything, but like just very stupid short bus decisions, and he was driving into the crowd and just turned the ball over. You can't do that, JG. You can't do that. Anyways, yeah, that was the game. Good recap, great game. I love to see what I was watching, and I'm just happy that we are still not losing. I think we have like what 11 game win streak, bro. Who in the league can fuck with us? Anyways, speaking of that league and stuff like that, just this team, we have been pure chaos, absolute dominance this year, bro. Like I said, 20-1. The last team to start that well throughout an entire regular season was, you guessed it, guys, the 73-9 Warriors. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers started that well as well, but thought what we did was like even better and beating some good teams as well, some fake decent teams. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. Pretty so like crazy dominance this year. We have had elite defense. Somehow it's been better than it's been last year, which is something that, like, if you told me, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, I take that back. I have a third eye. I actually predicted us last year to break the record, but once like Chet went down, his injury, I was like, yeah, that's not happening, and we still came close. So it's pretty impressive. But when you sit down and you look at how we've been dominating, like I said, a historically great defense. We're like -11 relative to like the average defensive rating, and we have a really good offense so far right now. I think we're top 4, top 5 in offense in this league. One of the very few top 5 offenses, top 5 defenses. Like, a lot of players are having career years, but for the most part, we have been injured throughout this entire season, and we're still doing this. And I wanted to sit down and talk about a couple of differences that I've spotted from this year's team and last year's team. For starters, I do want to say this. It is crazy and super impressive that we have been this good, even without jDUB playing most of the games. Super impressive stuff. Especially Aaron Wiggins missing games, like all these players missing games. There are times where like Usman Jane get minutes and we're still able to run out effective lineups and beat the shit out of teams. I get it. Our record is not that, our strength of schedule isn't that crazy, but still super impressive if you ask me. Need to give these guys as much credit as possible. But a couple things that I noticed from this team, like big differences, small differences, things like that. For starters, I noticed that this year, and I know it hasn't showed up in the last 2 games, and we all know why this is the case, but we've been one of the better rebounding teams in the league. Like, we clean up the defensive glass. And that's been the case, especially when iHeart's been out there. Teams don't attack us at that part of the floor, And we're doing that. We keep our offensive rebounding advantage, keep our transition defense advantage, and yet we're still like one of the best teams at turning you over, which was one of my biggest and can we do this? Like, one of my biggest questions when it came to that double big lineup, and we're showing that we're able to do that still while also being like big, long, and things like that. We're doing everything that you'd ask for. In that aspect, though, yeah, we're cleaning the glass. We're literally cleaning the glass. I think we were 7th in defensive rebounds this season. Obviously, we're not some crazy offensive rebounding team, but on that end of the court, like, we're able to make a great impact. Love that stuff love what iHeart has brought to this team in terms of that ability. Another thing that I noticed, bro, our offense is a lot more diverse, and it works in like different ways. You know what I mean? Like we're having like less handoffs, but also like more ball movement, more screen movement. I know it's not going to show up in like the statistics because you can sit here and you look at the assist totals. We're still at the bottom of the league in assists. We're still at like I think the bottom of the league in passes, but I think our offense looked way better, especially when iHeart has been out on the basketball court. It's a lot of great basketball and just some different things, some different avenues, some different ways that we found ways to score. Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. My bad. I didn't mean to sneeze. I had to turn my head away, but it's crazy. I feel like I'm getting sick. I don't know why. It's odd. I didn't expect to get sick. Maybe it's because of weather change. As you know, I live in San Antonio, one of the worst cities on the fucking planet, and it just randomly jumped to 40 degrees, bro. I've been on VVS for the past like year. You can make jewelry out here, dog. I'm so serious. But other things that I noticed. Hold on, let me pull out my notes, y'all. I'm sorry. And other things that I noticed, we're a significantly better transition team than past, right? Like last year, we were, I think, middle of the pack to bad in transition efficiency, like 117 points per 100 possessions. This year, we're at like 133. That could change because last night, I don't think we were that great in transition. But like, we've been better there. We've been better at posting up this season. And that's because not only do we have one post up guy in SHAI, we have two guys. And I think SHAI's been doing a pretty good job on that block. You know what I mean? Attacking those mismatches, those smaller players that they try to put on him, bro. He did it tonight. We saw it, bro. That spin. He had like a fake, and then he went around old boy Shitty Ahsoka for the lay. Man, that's nasty, bro. That's nasty. My go. But yeah, those are a lot of the things that I've noticed. Also, like our free throw shooting, once again, elite, and it's been better than it was last season. And a lot of that has to do with, Cheddar, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like he helping out, bro. And those aspects, I think, have made us a little bit better. But still a lot of takeaways to take from this entire team. And I just want to talk about that as well, real quick. Like some takeaways that I have from this team this season, because like I said, we're playing great ball. We're doing it at an elite level. And I got to give some guys props. I got to point out some things that I'm seeing that are negative, mainly positive, because obviously I'm going to point out the positive. But low-key, I want to get the negative out the way first when it comes to these takeaways. Jang, I don't think is going to be in the NBA anymore. And that kind of sucks. I didn't like him as a draft pick originally, but he stinks, man. He's a very bad basketball player. He's not that he can't do anything, because he can. Jang can definitely do like everything. I think he's a skilled basketball player, but he doesn't have the mentality to be a very good basketball player. He's scared to shoot. He's scared to dribble, and he doesn't play with enough physicality on defense. He doesn't play with enough like energy out there, really. And because of those things, I don't see him being in the NBA for much longer. He's just scared. If he had Poku's confidence, he'd be like unstoppable, but he doesn't. And because of that, he's gonna be out of the league. That's my only negative thing that's my only negative takeaway from this season, really. But I do have a couple of other takeaways that are more positive. Just shouting out what we've been able to do on the court this year. And for starters, one of them is the double big lineup. You see, I was wrong. Now. I'm going to say this. I wasn't actively hating on the double big lineup. I was hating on the double big lineup, but I wasn't hating on that lineup because I thought like we should never run it. I just didn't want to start games with it. But I was wrong. That lineup is really fucking good, and they figured it out. And I owe both Chet and iHeart an apology, because I think in the Denver series, I made a tweet. I said, you know what? If we lose the series, we might as well just trade Chet. Like, it's over, right? There's no point. And the reason why I said this is not because I think Chet's ass. I mainly said this because I feel like we were using Chet to his fullest potential. I feel like we could have done more for him and just played him at the 5. And I just thought that he would never be a 4. He can't be a 4 in this league. And because of that, like, if he's just going to continue to play the 4, he's just going to continue to be like less impactful basketball player. And there's no point of us just putting him in a position where he's going to be less impactful, where he could just grab a 3-and-D guy, right? Like, I'm not saying that we should do this, but we could just have OG Anunoby, right? And OG Anunoby could play the 4 and be that 3-and-D guy and do a way better job than a guy like Chet Holmgren. And that was my whole entire thought process when it came to that. It's not that Chet is trash, because Lord I knows I'm one of the biggest Chet fans out here. You see on my channel, I post a lot of Chet videos. I posted a lot of Chet videos in the past. I said he was better defensively than Wemby. And like, he's my guy. But I just thought that he couldn't work in that position. And, you know, my apology to Chet is like, it's not the fact that I said we should trade him. It's the fact that like I just, for starters, disrespected his ability to adapt, because Chet is one of the most malleable players in the league, especially at his 5 spot, right? He's already shown throughout this league that he's willing to adapt and change whatever way he plays, whether it's handling the ball, whether it's as a play finisher, whether it's as a spot-up shooter, whether it's on the defense, guarding the perimeter, guarding the post, playing a drop big, switching. Chet is willing to adapt. He's going to do that regardless of who's out on the court. He'll do whatever the coach asks him to do, and he's going to find ways to do it at a super effective level. He's doing that this season, man. And that's a huge reason why the double big lineup works. As you can see, the double big lineup posts like a plus 25 net rating. Like fucking ridiculous shit, man. Like crazy, bro. With like a 102 defensive rating, it's like a 125 or 126 offense rating. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but it's like super, super destructive. Now, some of the problems still exist with the double big lineup, like 3-point defense, relying teams to shoot like 40+% from 3. Some of that is bad luck, but some of that is the fact that we're just not going to be able to rotate as quickly as we usually do with other lineups. But besides that, like our paint defense, which is the biggest difference between last year's big lineup and this year's big lineup, the paint defense has been like illegally good. We are making opponents shoot like 45% on 2-pointers, which is so bad. And in the restricted area, they're shooting in the 40s or low 50s. Like teams just actually cannot score in the paint, and that has to do with a lot like the rim protection is just insane. And you look at that defensively, you look at offensively, how much more comfortable that they look this year. Like, one thing that as fans, and I fall into this category too as well, I do this a lot. We don't give things time to kind of mature because we don't value like the chemistry and things playing together. We always look at things like 2K, and sometimes I do that, right? Chet and iHeart working out together this offseason, getting more run together, it's showing on the court like their chemistry is absolutely insane. Their ability to find each other and actively look for each other, it opens up the game for both of them so much. And it allows them to play with a lot of versatility, which is like a huge reason why this lineup is working, right? Offensively speaking, they can damn near do everything. Like obviously iHeart can't shoot threes, but iHeart is handling pick and rolls. He's working in the middle of the floor, right? He's a lob threat. Chet is handling pick and roll. Chet is coming off of screens, making plays. Chet is shooting fadeaways. You know what I mean? Like there is so much versatility. There's so many things that those two are doing that not many other double bigs can do, right? Like you look at Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. They are not this versatile offensively. Same thing with guys like Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert when they're a double big duo. And like they're not the same. They're not the same as well, bro. This is the most skilled double big like duo ever, in my opinion. And I take it back. Please don't kill me. I'm gonna respect Hakeem and Ralph Sampson here, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like insanely skilled duo, and you can see it on the court. And I gotta give a huge shout out to, for starters, iHeart, because iHeart, man. I've been very critical of him these last seasons. Like, not critical, like I hate him, I want him off this team. But, like, I didn't value him as much as I probably should have. And that's on me. It's all on you. That's all on you. What Kidding do? Yeah, you already know who Kidding is. But, yeah, like, I didn't value him as much as I probably needed to. And I'll just say this right now. He has been, like, 10 times better as a basketball player this season. And that's why his injury sucks so much, by the way, the calf strain, because he has been killing it this year, bro. He's putting up 12 points, 11 rebounds, like 3-4 assists, still doing his passing thing where he's creating looks, but he's doing things in a lot different ways. His scoring has been way better this year than last year, and it's a lot more sustainable and deadlier for this team because, listen, he chained up his shot dive just a little bit, right? He's decreased the amount of floaters that he's taking, and he's turning those into restricted area buckets, bro. And that's why he's so much more efficient now than he was last year. Because not only is he getting to the line a little bit more, but he's also scoring closer to the basket. He's shooting 82% in the restricted area, bro. 82%. He's one of the most efficient players in the league around the paint right now, bro. Super impressive stuff. And like I said, he's doing that. He's running pick and roll. He's being a hedge god. Like, he is one of the best hedged big men in the league. When he hedges, bro, it's basically a turnover. He's averaging like a steal a game. And I don't even think his stocks are showing his defensive impact because he's doing so much more on the end. And he's cleaning the glass. He's ending possessions for us. Like, great stuff. There's nothing more I could ask for IR. He's had a perfect season, especially against the Sacramento Kings that game. I know that the Kings, they suck and Dumas wasn't playing, but he almost had like 30 and 20, bro. There's nothing more I can ask for him. He's playing perfect basketball, bro. And I feel like his style of play right now is a lot more sustainable than what he did last season, which is that floater shit. And I get it, the floater is a good shot. That's money for him. But working close to that basket can give the defense way more problems. Just saying. Also, Chet Holmgren. He's been a beast. We got to give him his credit because Chet Holmgren, like I said earlier in the podcast, this guy is so malleable. One of the reasons why I did not want him to work at that 4 spot was because I thought it hurt him defensively. And now, obviously, defensively speaking, he's still worse than he is at the 5. But he's improved so much because he's still the best defender or one of the best defenders in the league when he's playing that 4 spot. One of the best defenders in the NBA. Like, how many guys can just switch positions like that? Like, play between two throughout the entire season and still be like fucking incredibly elite. Elite at the 5, elite at the power forward spot. And not just for spurts, but for long stretches. There's not many guys. Wemby's not doing that shit, bro. Wemby's not doing that shit. He's not. He's closing out on 3-pointers. He's being asked to help from different spots. He's doing it. He's moving his feet, defending really well in isolation. He's rotating really well. And he's fucking messing shit up at the rim. His stock numbers are down compared to what they're usually at. He's usually averaging 2 blocks and damn near a steal. But this year, his impact is just showing up with the eye test. You can see him actively making his team better on the defensive side of the ball. There's nothing more I can ask for from there. And offensively speaking, I sit back and I keep on. One thing that I'm doing is like, I did this earlier. I was like, man, like, which version of Chet was better? First 10 games of last season Chet or like this Chet? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, bro, this version of Chet might be like a way better offensive player because of the versatility that he's shown. Last year, Chet, is no disrespect, there were at points I felt like Chet needed to hit the 3 ball in order for him to be like an effective and efficient basketball player. That's not the case now. He's finding ways to score more effectively as a 2-point scorer. He's been more active as a cutter, right? He's been way better in the mid-range, turning around and just being more comfortable taking that shot, which I was pissed at him last night for not taking more mid-range jumpers because he had that shot all night. But, you know, I digress. Crazy mid-range shooting season this year. He's at like 50%. He's been amazing around the basket per usual. And he's getting off good 3-pointers. And like I said, he's doing these things not only off cuts, he's getting more post-ups. He's working in the high post. He's working as a roller. He's working as a cutter on the weak side. He's just a lot more versatile than he was last season because last year I felt like he was just driving. Now, also another thing that Chet is doing way better is like, and this is funny because last night I was killing him for it, but he's doing better with like his court awareness. He's not getting picked on every single drive like he used to, and he's doing a better job handling contact. He's been a lot stronger on those drives as well. So he's doing his job, bro. He's doing his job. And that's why the double big lineup is working so like it's so effective. Those are the main reasons why. Now another thing that I want to bring up outside like the double big lineup, like I said, I was wrong. I apologize. The double big lineup is really good. I do want to say this. I still think Chet is a center. I still want Chet to be a primarily a center, but I'm okay with iHeart playing and starting because at the end of the day, bro, like you gotta have your 5 best players out in the court, and he's clearly one of our 5 best players. Bro. He's one of the best defenders in the league and one of the best like connectors in the center hubs, screen setters. He does so much for this offense. So I understand why he starts. I just don't want Chet to play a majority of his minutes at that power forward spot because throughout most of the season, up until iHeart has gotten hurt, Chet has been a full-time power forward. Even with Jay Will healthy, he's playing center. He's not playing center minutes. Jay Will's playing his minutes, and I get it. Jay Will is a good player. I'm fine with him getting minutes. I don't mind, but like, come on, my boy Chet is a center. Play him at that center spot just a little bit, man. I'm not gonna kill you, Mark, if you do that. But yeah, besides that, yeah, that's pretty much it about that WB line. That's what I've noticed. Another takeaway that I have this season is also like AJ Mitchell, bro. We kind of need that nigga, bro. Like he's exactly what the Thunder team needed. And it showed up in the Blazers game last night where he got the ball. He was able to make plays, clutch plays that he was able to make clutch plays when SHAI and jDUB were receiving a ton of attention, specifically SHAI. He was able to push the ball, make great passes. He was able to play off of them. He was able to run pick and roll. He was able to make clutch shots. All this shot creation stuff that this team lacked, which one of the biggest weaknesses that the Thunder had last year was the fact that outside of SHAI and Dub, they had guys who lacked creation ability. And because of Dub's injury, you could see in the playoffs that this team really struggled to create looks when the ball was out of SHAI's hands. And to have a guy like AJ who could handle in the clutch, who's good with handling pressure, who's literally a walking paint touch, just changes the Thunder's entire dynamic offensively. And what's so good about AJ is, this is my favorite part here. We look at this team, one of the biggest, like 4 years now, a lot of people have been asking to bring Colin Sexton or these short guards who don't play defense but who can provide offense, right? And I get it. I get why they wanted to do those things. But like for AJ to be not only providing offense, but for him to be a bigger guard who's also playing elite defense at that guard spot, there's nothing more you can ask for. There's literally nothing more you could ask for, bro. The fact that he's a two-way basketball player helps this team out so much because you can play him in so many different lineups with so many different combinations. The fact that I trust AJ to guard stars at moments is truly insane stuff. Insane work, bro. And this is why this team is so damn good, because we have a guy like him on our team. And this is why, bro, like I want to give Scam Presti a huge shout out. Because first off, he's the biggest scammer in the NBA. He has my boy on a Black Friday contract. Fucking discount, man. The fact that he's making $9 million, which, you know, we laughing at that money. But like for the NBA player, the fact that he's making $9 million and he's doing all this, he's on the MIP list. He's one of the better, like he's in his class. AJ Mitchell is, I think, third in his class in paint points. Right behind Stephon Castle and Alex Sarr, who we all know have been killing it this season. You know how crazy that is? He got him on a $9 million contract. He got him on a scam deal. Sam Presti's been able to kill the margins, basically, in terms of drafting guys, finding guys in the second round. And because of that, this team is going to last literally forever. We're always fixing all of our problems in the draft. There's nothing more I could say. Shout out Presti. Shout out AJ Mitchell. Look, like I said, you're exactly what we need, big dog. Keep hustling, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Because soon, bro, we might have to start having conversations about that starting spot. You might have to be there because you're too talented. Speaking of the starting, bro, another takeaway. Cason Wallace. Now, he didn't have the greatest game last night, but I'm just gonna say this right now. He's too good to like come off the bench. I'm sorry. I know this sounds crazy. I know we have like Alex Caruso on the bench. I know our team is stacked, but Cason Wallace is too good to come off the bench. When we talk about prime Ed Reed, he's literally Ed Reed. Deflections, steals, blocks, things like that. Insane on-ball defense. He's shown the ability to guard bigger stars effectively throughout games, which has been like my biggest problem. The reason why I was like hesitant on him starting over like guys like Lewis, because I'm like, damn, who's gonna guard Luka? Who's gonna guard like all these other players, especially like these bigger wings? And he's doing it. You know what I mean? He did it. He held Luka to like one of his worst games, and that was because he was clamping up. How many guys can do that on this team? Well, a lot, but he did it at 6'4". He held Curry to one of the worst games of his career. Curry, if you look at his game log before he got hurt, it was like 40-40-11, Cason Wallace. 40-40, you know what I mean? Casey Wallace is truly having an impact on that end of the court. Nothing else I could ask for from him. And because he's so good on defense, combined with the fact that he is so he's a really good offensive connective beast. He's a really good driver, crazy transition player, bro. Crazy transition player. This is why the Ed Reed comp is so good, by the way. If y'all watch Ed Reed, he was a crazy playmaker and a demon pick six guy. And literally, that's exactly what Casey Wallace does, bro. And he does his little celly. Allstate, you're in good hands. Give my boy a sponsor, by the way. I don't know what y'all doing. But yeah, he's too good. He's too good to be coming out this bench, dog. He's doing that and also making threes. There's nothing. And no disrespect to Lou. I love Lou. You already know that's my goal. But the fact that he's just a more effective driver than Lou Dort is, it kind of makes me want to lead towards him. That and his passing, a little bit better as a leaper. Yeah, no disrespect, Lou, but you might have to lose your spot. My next big takeaway, this is one of my bigger ones. And I kind of mentioned this earlier. But it's basically SHAI. SHAI, this is my last takeaway, really, because I low-key gotta speed this up because I gotta go in a little bit. But SHAI has been crazy enough. He's been a very different player this year. And I'm what are you talking about, Gobella? What do you mean? He's still averaging 30, doing his thing, right? For starters, it's how he's approaching the game. Last year, if you guys bet, you know this, but for the last 2 years, basically one constant about SHAI's game is he's been a guy who's been super aggressive in first quarters. He was a guy who was averaging a ton of points in the first. He used to lead the league in first quarter scoring outside of Joel Embiid. He was younger, things like that. Just super aggressive, especially when the players sit at the end of the quarter. Now, it's been kind of different. It's been very, very, very different. He's what he's been doing this year is he's been not as aggressive. He's letting the game flow, basically finding guys, letting them get their hands warm, letting them dribble the ball, letting them do their thing, right? And for me, I respect that. I respect that in the first quarter because allowing guys to catch their stride, catch energy, or as we all know, the ball has energy, allowing the ball to move and that start, basically, I think it helps these players out so much because it gives them energy. It allows them to touch the rock. Because let's be real, SHAI could be hardening it out here. And there's no reason why anybody would want to stop SHAI from hardening because he's the best isolation scorer in the league and he's one of the best scorers we've ever seen. But he's not doing that. Instead, he's allowing guys to catch a rhythm, and it's helping this team a lot because guys are a lot more comfortable down the stretch than they ever have been in years past. And then what SHAI's doing is these first 2 quarters, he's not as aggressive. Then that third quarter comes out. That's when he starts being super aggressive. Then the fourth quarter comes. He has energy because he didn't go 110% to start the game. And now you can see it in his fourth quarter efficiency. You can see it in his just how he moves in the fourth or in crunch time. The dude is significantly better than years past because he has energy. And I'm not saying he wasn't clutch in years past because he still was. He's had some crazy shots. But right now, he's on a completely different level. And I want to say this real quickly. SHAI is honestly, he is truly at this point, I've come to the conclusion that guy is the best player in the league. I try to give it to Jokic, give him some 30 points, you know what I mean? Or I try to give Luka Doncic his props, because I think these players are great. But damn, bro, for starters, it's gonna sound like I'm on my knees, but trust me, I'm not. I'm sitting down on the chair. SHAI is having the greatest scoring season ever. Now I know y'all gonna look at the numbers and be Michael Jordan averaged 36, Kobe averaged 36 in the dead ball era. But y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta sit and walk with me real quick, right? Walk me. I'm holding your hand. You look at SHAI. You look at how he's getting these buckets. By the way, we talk about pure versatility. There's been no other scorer as versatile as him or as good at these things as he has been. Right? He's an elite driver. He's an elite mid-range shooter. This season, he's been an elite three-point shooter on and off the ball, right? Off the catch, off the dribble. You know what I mean? Like, just absolutely insane stuff. His handle, elite free throw shooting, elite foul draw, right? He can get to literally whatever spot he wants to, and he's been very good off the ball, very good playing off of players, and he can still be super impactful as a cutter, as a spot up guy. He's one of the best screeners on the team. You know, these aspects, they're all here, and he's killing it in the scoring category. And this is no disrespect to like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was great, but in Michael Jordan's best season, he wasn't the shooter that SHAI was right now. He wasn't a three-point shooter. He still had that weakness, right? You look at Kobe Bryant. I don't think Kobe Bryant, although he was fucking incredible, I don't think Kobe was the driver that SHAI was. And I know people are going to look at the whole spacing thing, but still I think SHAI was a better driver. I don't think they were the ball handler that SHAI was. I'll give you off ball play to those two players, but on ball, he has a case to be better than both of them. And I know people are going to look at Luka Doncic and Jokic and what they're doing this season. I know Jokic's efficiency is absolutely insane as a scorer, bro. He's shooting 70 true shooting. But it's more impressive to me what SHAI is doing because SHAI is not big. He's a guard. And his efficiency is very close to Jokic. Luka Doncic, he doesn't have the versatility that SHAI has. Because I don't think Luka's not getting to the paint as much. Like he's not even taking layups anymore. His diet is basically all jumpers. And because of that, give me SHAI. Give me SHAI. And we could talk about the other aspects of basketball, like how people sit down and completely ignore the defensive end. Like it's not anything. We can talk about how people gas the playmaking gap. Like, don't get me wrong, like Jokic and Luka are crazy playmakers. So I'm not even gonna sit here and like try to super gas this. But at the end of the day, bro, like we're not gonna sit here and ignore the fact that SHAI is also a really good playmaker. Like really, really fucking good. Is he throwing the flashy pass that these niggas are throwing? Nah. But he is still the biggest reason why the Thunder continuously lead the league in like open shots. Because he's continuously making open shots, creating open looks for our team, who, as we continuously say, our main creators have been hurt all season, and yet, bam, open shot, open shot, open shot. I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out the facts here. So we look at all these aspects. I don't see why SHAI isn't the best player in the league right now. And like I said, no disrespect to Jokic, no disrespect to Luka, but SHAI, what he's able to do on both ends of the floor, I gotta respect it. And I want to say this real quickly before I head out. I am sick and tired of people saying that SHAI only plays defense because of the team that he's on. Because that is one of the biggest myths in the NBA. You know why? I want you to go sit down and watch the 2022-2023 season. That year was a year where we did not have a good defense. We were average. We didn't have a bunch of good defensive players on the team like we do now. And SHAI was still doing very much the same thing that he does now. He was still one of the best deflection guards in the league. Still one of the better isolation guards in the league. Still a guy that did not allow post-ups. Still a guy that you could not attack consistently night in, night out. He was still a guy who was one of the best rim protecting guards in the NBA. Those things still exist. Those traits still existed. They just didn't look like, well, they still looked great. It's just the team didn't look great because we didn't have a bunch of great defenders. You know what I mean? He's not a liability like Luka Doncic, who's getting walked by every single time he's on the court. He's not like Jokic, don't get me wrong, at times he can be decent, but like, my nigga, there are times where he's bleeding points around the rim. How are you a 7-foot guy with a max wingspan and you're a worse rim protector than SHAI? Answer me that question. I want to know. Like, why do we just ignore those aspects of basketball, by the way? It's just so funny to me, bro. Like, especially when this conversation comes up, everybody's like, yeah, I don't care about defense. Or they try to just downplay SHAI's defense, which is something that I will never understand in this league. Disgusting to me. Absolutely sickening. But yeah, those are basically my takeaways for this entire season. Super, 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 super hyped for this Thunder team. Love the way that we play basketball so far this year, and I could never be happier. We're gonna be playing the Warriors on Tuesday. You already know I hate that team, but Steph's not playing, sadly. Really like to beat their ass with Steph. I really love to see that team suffer especially Steph suffer because he's the most evil light skin in America. No, besides Ruby Rose, he's a top 10 evil light skin in the NBA. But yeah, basically what I have to say. I want to say a couple of things real quickly. Prayers to my boy, iHeart, calf strain. Like I said, I don't know how we're gonna like play with him basically without him because he's clearly been a critical piece to why we've been playing so well recently. Like I said, his screen setting, passing, things like that helps us a lot. We're probably going to be significantly worse on the glass. Guys, I advise you to take the over on anybody's free throws on whoever plays us because we're going to be fouling a lot. Yeah, that's what I expect. So also Chet blocks and Chet's numbers. Take them. Last thing I want to say is this before I head out because yes, like I said, I really do have to go. I want to talk about this real quickly, and this is just the Clippers. Can we take a moment to laugh at them real quick? Yeah, boy. Yeah. Because I feel bad for no Clippers fan right now. No sympathy, no pity, no anything. Because guess what? When I was in tears crying about Paul George getting traded, they were like, haha, we're going to win a championship. They're talking so much shit. And guess what? Look at where y'all at. See, don't laugh at the homeless. Don't laugh at the homeless. Right now, they fucking stink. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA. They're like 5-15. They lost to the Dallas Mavericks with no Kyrie, no Anthony Davis, no Derek Lively, just Cooper Flagg and Dwight Powell with Gay Thompson, right? That led you in. They lost to them with Kawhi Leonard and Jeff Hardy dropping 30 pieces. I think Jeff Hardy played a bad game. I don't know, but Kawhi dropped 30. They lost. They're about to give us a top 5 pick this year. Embarrassing, bro. Sorry ass team, and I'm so happy that this is happening to them. They're a part of my hate watch list, and the hate watch has been super successful. Just want to say that right now. Clap it up. And I cannot wait to see them continue to lose. If we get that number 1 pick, though, that's been a question. Enjoy basketball. Shout out to them. They asked that question earlier in the weekend. They were wondering like what we do with it. And there's a couple of like things that we could do. First off, we could draft one of those big prospects if we get like the number 1 overall pick, where there's AJ, where there's Cam Boozer, where there's DP. I haven't done enough research on them, so I'm not gonna make a choice on who I think we should draft yet, because I want to do more research before I come out with my opinion. But let's just say I wouldn't mind having all 3 of them. Let's say that right now, off of just what I know so far. But if we don't do that, if we want to, let's say, get more out of that asset, I have a secret play, secret move. Now listen, I'm using my Sharingan real quick, y'all. I'm gonna put you through this getting juicy. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. What if we trade that pick to the Sacramento Kings for 6 first-round picks, 6 future firsts? Now listen, the reason why I'm saying this is because the Kings are a dumb franchise, one of the worst franchises in the NBA. Imagine us trading them that pick. They get Cam Boozer. They clearly struggle and don't know what to do with that pick or that player. And like they do with all talent, they fuck up and then they give us their next 5-6 picks. The league would be finished. Instead of 1 number 1 overall pick, we have a chance at 5 because it's the Sacramento Kings and they fucking stink. Just the secret option. I'd obviously go with the drafting one first because, it doesn't hurt to draft a potential generational prospect on our team. But I'm just saying, secret move, bro. Had to use my third eye real quick. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Great podcast episode. I was supposed to be out of here a very long time ago. But I got caught up in Thunder Hoops because I love talking Thunder basketball. And I apologize, y'all. This is my shit. This is my avenue. Please like and subscribe. And remember, guys, stay delusional. I'll see y'all. Male.